Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. My name is Connie, and every morning I deliver movie news, whether that's casting or movie announcements, and sometimes I watch new movie trailers and give my thoughts and opinions on them. So today is going to be a little bit shorter because my son's sick, mommy duty calls. So with that, let's go. I was not here yesterday because my little son, my little boy, my pride and joy, is sick. So I had to take, the day off and take care of him. But let's get into some exciting news. When I saw this article, I screeched because Wolf Creek is coming back, baby. Yep, Wolf Creek. It is called Wolf Creek Legacy to theaters in 2026, so next year. This movie, the first one, Wolf Creek, was probably the first based on a true story movie besides Titanic. When you're younger, you think every movie's real. Like, these are real people. The first time I saw Leonardo DiCaprio on MTV, I was like, whoa, you Jack, why are you here? So it was a very confusing time for me. Then I had to be explained that movies aren't real, and that was truly heartbreaking for me. But then I was glad because Leonardo DiCaprio is fine. Anyways, Wolf Creek was probably the first movie that I saw that said based on a true story, and therefore I thought everything that happened in that movie happened. And that was truly terrifying for me because people died in it, obviously, and this guy was scary. He was in the first two, and he's coming back, and the second one was as scary for me. So I think that's where my initial fear of people are bad. It's loosely based on a true story, I came to find out. Let's read this article. 20 years ago, director Greg McLean introduced the horror world to Mick Taylor, a terrifying outback serial killer who shot, cut, and stabbed his way to horror icon status in the original Australian horror movie Wolf Creek. After 2 movies and 2 seasons of a TV series, the franchise is back with Wolf Creek Legacy, and they've got some big news for us today. I wonder what it could be. I knew there was a TV series called Wolf Creek in Australia. I just didn't know it was about him also. I have to check that out. I know a few actors have been in it because I check out their IMDb and it says Wolf Creek. And I was like, oh, but I never fully looked into it. Survival horror films are terrifying to me because you try to put yourself in these people's shoes. Why didn't you do that? Go do this. I would do that. And I think that's why they are entertaining to watch. John Jarratt will reprise his role as the infamous Outback Killer Mick Taylor. The cast for the 3rd franchise installment will also include Jay Ryan and Laura Gordon. Is Laura Gordon? She was in Late Night with the Devil. I thought that name was familiar. I guess the concept for this movie is when the parents sacrifice themselves to save their children, the kids find themselves alone, lost, and hunted in the vast Australian wilderness. So we got some kids. I hope they are teenagers because if they are small children, I don't know. I don't know if I can watch it. When they reboot stuff, there's probably going to be another one after this. So maybe you think he's dead at the end, but he's not. Wolf Creek is one of the greatest slasher movies of all time with one of the most terrifying villains. I do agree with that because he is a normal looking dude. He's not Art the Clown or Leatherface. Like, this is just a normal dude he's a psychopath. And he's not going to stop until he gets what he wants. He's a true cold-blooded hunter killer. He probably makes him feel really good, and that's disgusting. Hunting people, at least. Wolf Creek was a terrifying Texas Chainsaw inspired nightmare that left an undeniable mark on the genre. I agree. Like, Wolf Creek scared me as a kid, and people are like, I thought you liked scary movies. I do like scary movies, but I can't admit when they scare me. The ones that scare me personally the most are the ones that are more realistic and that could happen in real life. And someone hunting you down is realistic. So yes, we have this to look forward to next year. This is fantastic news, and I'm excited that Crystal Lake is getting some updates, because this one has been a slow burn with updates. When is it coming out? They haven't even begun filming it. But Linda Cardellini reportedly in talks to start in Crystal Lake series from A24. Oh, this, you're talking to me right now. You're talking to me, okay? Because I love, who doesn't love Linda? She all stole our hearts in Scooby-Dooby-Doo, you know, Velma. But that's not the only fantastic role she has been in. I mean, Chutney in Legally Blonde, it was hard to put those two together. You know, Legally Blonde is one of my favorites that I grew up watching. But she's also been in this Netflix series, I can't remember the name. She's been in a lot of TV series. I mean, she started out doing TV, I believe. Freaks and Geeks. She's so underrated, and this woman can act. And I hope, I haven't read this yet, but I hope she is in talks to play Mrs. Voorhees. I don't know if they're bringing back Mrs. Voorhees, but I think they should. So let's read this article and find out what they talking about, you know? A24 and Peacock are headed to Crystal Lake for a small screen expansion of the Friday the 13th franchise, and the team may have found their Mrs. Voorhees for the prequel season. All right, knew that they were going towards the prequel series. I didn't know it was going to be 100% that. So Linda is in talks to play Jason's mother. All right, good. Brad Kane, welcome to Derry, is the showrunner for Crystal Lake. Peacock has given the project to straight-to-series order in 2022. Like I said, it's been in the talks, been in the works for a very long time, with Crystal Lake being described as a expanded prequel to the original Friday the 13th franchise, featuring both Jason Voorhees and his mother Pamela. The project's original showrunner was Brian Fuller, who did Hannibal, with Fuller's departure leading to a retooling of the series. So that's why there's been a lot of setbacks. We're going from one creative direction to another, so it's going to take some time. From the moment I watched Jason Voorhees squeeze a guy's eyeball out of its socket in glorious 3D at the tender age of 8 years old, I knew my creative path was someday destined to converge with the man behind the mask, said Caleb Kane. The statement from last year continued, "Nothing defined my childhood more than growing up in the golden age of a slasher flick, and nothing defined the genre more than Friday the 13th. I couldn't be more excited for this opportunity to contribute a chapter to this iconic franchise, particularly with such fearless partners as Peacock and A24. Those are huge distributors. And I will have to say, I love this. You know, as someone who also grew up idolizing slasher films, you watch them and people think, oh, it's gross. I agree. And how could you watch that? People being murdered, but there's an art to it. I know that sounds weird, but you're a little kid and sometimes you don't have a lot of friends, or your home life may not be that great. And watching movies, whatever genre that may be, could be Disney, or it could be slasher films like my brother and I enjoyed. Those movies hold a special place in our heart because they were there for us when we didn't have anything else. I love the fact that these movies can inspire people to reach for the stars and to one day create art that inspired them. Yeah, I'm here for her if she wants to play Pamela. I think that would be great casting. I'm looking forward to Crystal Lake. Jason was not my favorite. It was more my brother's favorite. And, you know, I'm a Michael Myers fan through and through. And no, the last two, not that. No. But I was more into Michael Myers. And he was into, I would say, Jason and Freddy more. Jason probably the most. So, of course, I've seen every Friday the 13th, and I'm excited for a new one. Because Jason is terrifying. Alright, one more casting announcement, new project, before I watch a new movie trailer. Alright, exciting news for you Twilight fans out there. Taylor Lautner is a werewolf hunter in meta series from Radio Silence. Now, I guess Matthew and Tyler, the directors from Scream and Scream 6, Ready or Not, have signed on to direct this series. Now, I already read this, but I did not hit the record button, so I'm going to reread it and let you know my thoughts. And I'm kind of glad I'm rereading this because I might have not had a good reaction to this. Playing himself, Taylor is drawn into a secret society of werewolf trackers who need his unique expertise. As he navigates his double life, Hollywood actor by day, supernatural warrior by night, Taylor must wrestle with the ultimate irony, fighting the very creatures that made him famous. Now, you guys, I'm a little confused because I don't know what this is going to look like. I'm automatically going to watch it because of the directors. I love their work, so I'm a little confused. I want to know what this is going to look like. But if you are Team Jacob, you're in for a treat. You get to see Taylor Lautner as a werewolf again. Right now, Radio Silence are currently developing Ready or Not 2. Okie dokie. Let's get on that. I'm excited for a sequel. I don't know what they're gonna do. But as for this werewolf hunter, I don't know. I do not know how this is going to look. And because of that, I'm intrigued. So we have that to look forward to. And I'm glad he's coming back into movies or TV series acting. Because he did take a break for his mental health after Twilight. I mean, Taylor Lautner's been acting since he was a young kid. He was in Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and then he went on to do Twilight, which was one of the biggest franchises in the world. And he did that as a teenager. So after that, he took a break, and good for him. He needed that, and he turned out fantastic. Him and his wife do have a podcast called The Squeeze. I've watched a few episodes, and I believe she has a health background. I believe she was a nurse. So their podcast is mainly mental health, and they talk to celebrities about that. Good for him. I'm glad he's coming back. And he can play a werewolf. We've seen it before. And so he's very familiar with this. I'm glad for you Team Jacob fans that you get to see him as a werewolf again. This may be shocking, but I was Team Edward. British men have a special place in my heart. So we have a new crocodile film, and I'm here for it because alligators are terrifying. Crocodiles. I'm more scared of sharks, but I'm not gonna go in the ocean. So realistically, gators could get me. Lake Placid was a staple in my household growing up. I mean, Betty White, come on. So the last alligator film, horror-wise, was the one during the hurricane. I forget what it was called, but she gets trapped in her house and there's alligators in the basement. So I'm excited to see that they're making their comeback.
Today's destination is Florida. We're gonna be flying real low and hugging the coast. So so you can see the wetlands in all its glory.
Alright, so I do have to pause just in case for copyright. Already terrifying Florida. I'm scared of Florida only because of the species there and a plane crash, you know, with everything going on in the world right now. Planes are terrifying. So from the producers who brought you Fall and 47 Meters Down franchise. I love both.
This is the largest wetland system in the entire U.S.
We are out of luck for signal.
No one's coming. No one knows that we're here.
Well, they could, because you got in a plane crash and wouldn't someone know? Like, hey, this plane went down. Let's go see if they're alive.
Guys, look. It's a cabin. That'll give us a vantage point. At least we can see what's coming.
I don't know. No, I do know. I don't think I'll like this. Are alligators that fast? And can they... I know sharks can't swim backwards.
We're outgunned, outnumbered.
The cabin is safer, but we have no food, so it's either stay here and die or try to survive.
There's been rumors.
Yeah, let's just go in the water. On a shaft. That sounds like a great idea. Where they live, and they can breathe underwater. Well, they can be underwater for a very long time. And I heard that they take your bodies and they spin you all the way to the bottom. I don't know.
Been rumors. Gator's acting strange. Strange attack habits.
Oh my god.
Out to kill,
The hell is this?
not just to eat.
This must be what's making them go crazy.
So is this cocaine gators? Cocaine gator? So pretty much we know a lot of people are going to die. Based on the trip. Like, you already know who's going to die.
Go, 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 go!
If they stare you in...
They did not. Look at this.
Go, go, go!
Oh, you mean business. Oh, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
If they stare you in the eye, don't try and hold your ground. Just run. And don't look back.
That's a big
This is what you want,
alligator.
right?
Just show us the whole movie. You just showed us the whole movie. Coming soon. I don't need to see it. I don't need to see this now. Thanks for showing us everyone who gets eaten in the trailer. Really saved us a lot of time. Yeah, I agree. So basically, Cocaine Gator. I don't need to see this now. I appreciate that. I love when movies do that. They just give away the whole movie in the movie trailer. But other than that, it looked kind of goofy. I'm not gonna lie. I was really excited to watch the trailer, but after watching it, I'm kind of disappointed. Speaking of Friday the 13th, the 2009 remake was released on this day, February 13th, 2009. This remake was probably one of the best remakes done. I remember watching it when it came out. Don't let your young... I was 12? Maybe don't let your 12-year-old watch this without supervision or at all. But I think it's one of the best remakes. And it has Jared Padalecki in it, who is a icon in my opinion. I mean, it was a great cast and it was a great movie. And happy birthday to Sophia Lillis. She is from It. So happy birthday to you. She turns 22 today. Wow, they do grow up quick. But I wonder what she's in now. She has a twin brother. Wow. But she is on her way to do great things. I just know it. If she can act like that as a kid, she's gonna do great stuff in the future. And she can do horror films, which is a hard genre to execute. That is our day in history and, well, movie release history and birthday for today. All right, you guys, that is going to be it from me today. I hope you guys have a good Thursday, because mine started off really rocky. My son threw up, my computer decided to upload, and my microphone didn't work for a hot minute. It's not even 6:30, so maybe my day could turn around. All right, you guys, have an amazing and safe day. I will be back here tomorrow to deliver more movie news for Friday. We're almost there, you guys. We're almost there. All right, you guys. Bye-bye.